Unfortunately, this season is delayed. So, do we have any updates like when we can see the matches?
Who got top role?
So everybody knows Abhas. He's a kid Hulk.
सो वेलकम टू सीएजी कॉल ऑफ गेम्स। आज हमारे साथ है मज़ाहिर सैदू। मज़ाहिर सैदू को तो जैसा कि आप जानते ही होंगे, इंडिया के टॉप आर्म रेसलर, जिनको अभी तक फिलहाल तो इनकी कैटेगरी में कोई भी हरा नहीं सका है। आप खुद जानते होंगे मज़ाहिर सैदू को, उनके बहुत सारे अचीवमेंट को भी पहचान चुके होंगे। लेकिन आज खुद हमारे साथ मज़ाहिर सैदू जुड़े हैं और अपनी कुछ चीज़ों को शेयर करेंगे जिन हो सकता है आपको ना पता हो। तो पहले हम इंट्रो ले लेते हैं खुद मज़ाहिर सैदू से।
Thank you for inviting. Yeah.
Thank you for accepting our invitation on a very quick note.
No problem. No problem. It's my pleasure.
So we are really
Yeah.
excited to see you, as you know that you have a huge fan base in India, and they are desperately asking about you. We had tons of questions about you, how you doing your arm wrestling, what's your technique and tips. A lot of questions like from beginners to intermediates or advanced level. Everyone is like very curious about you, your story, and we already covered your story
Mm.
in our channel. We have
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I've seen that.
There was
I've
a
seen that.
comment from an account named Madai. So, was it you who commented on that video?
Yeah, it was me. It was
That is
me.
amazing.
great, great, great.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
I've been made a channel yet, a YouTube proper account yet. So it was normal a Gmail account, I think. Maybe that's the reason it was. My name was a bit weird.
okay.
I saw that few people are asking, is it Mazahir or not?
Yeah, we were also one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll start with this. Like we want to know that where Zahir Saidu come from, like how we get into the arm wrestling journey. You are a CA as well. You are a professional arm wrestler as well. Like how a lot of things you are doing right now, and it's kind of impossible thing, but still we want to know how you started your journey.
So basically, the thing is, my family's entire people, they are strong people, strong and big people. My dad is big. My dad's brothers are big. My entire the lineage, like our like entire family is like big guys are there. So they're big and strong guys. So, and I'm someone who is very calm. Like I'm not aggressive or anything. The thing is, I'm from childhood itself. I'm like strong, but I'm cool. I'm a like very calm person, and also I like doing maths and everything. So I like to solve things. I'm also a gold medalist also in my school times. I am a rank holder. So it was a mix where I try to balance all every time. So I do sports in my school times as well, but I do studies as well. So I used to like do good both in both. But I was not aware of or like the arm wrestling as a sport ever. So I came. So I have my like I had this thing in mind that I have to become a chartered accountant initially. So I tried to pursue my career. So I went to India. I was brought up in Dubai. I mean UAE, not Dubai. So in order to have an exposure for tax and audit, better exposure on tax and audit, I went to India because India we have a lot of challenges. So I went to India to pursue my career. I started studying. So it was in 2012, 2011, 12. I reached India and started my CA and everything. But 2014 only, I went to Kochi, which is Rahul's place. It was part of my training that I have to take 3 years of training, audit training. So I went there, and the work was hectic. The studies were hectic. So I was waking up at like 5 o'clock to get ready for my studies. So from 6 to 8:30, 8:45, I used to go for classes early morning, 6 to 8:30, 8:45, and then from that, from 9:30, I have to start working. I have to work till night, 8 o'clock or 7:30, like this. So and then I have to study afterwards. I used to study from night 9 to again like 10 like or like 1 o'clock or something like this. This is my daily procedure, like practice for every day. And then one day I was like frustrated, and I thought like I'll start hitting gym because I feel like there's something I'm missing in my life really. Other than studying and working. So there's something missing. So I thought I'll start hitting gym because I never like saw gym. I only do training at home, like I do push-ups, pull-ups at home. So these kind of things only I do. I never hit a gym. So then I went hit a gym. I saw Rahul, and then he was like, "Okay, try to pull me." And then I was beating all the small champions there. So he's like, "Oh, what? You're natural." So I didn't know arm wrestling also. So he's like, "Yeah, you're good." And he took me to his coach. So we both trained together. Rahul, me, and Sadish PV. That was a scope in my coach as well. So that was the time I started. But then, yeah, my work pressure and everything, I could not survive for long. So 2015, I went for nationals, and then I stopped arm wrestling. And then I had to like make sure, because this is something. Whenever I am training, my arms, like my fingers, get bigger, and it was very difficult for me to write. And for me, I have to keep writing to do pass mark. Like in order for CA to get a pass mark, you have to do like a lot. So for me, like my arms were giving like a barrier, like for me writing. So I thought like I'll stop training. I'll only focus on studies. So I could arm wrestling that time. That was the only time. Maybe till 2019, I must have had maybe maximum of like 5 or 6 matches in my life from 2014 to 2019 December. In 2019, till that I was in Saudi. Half like I did my cleared my CA. I went to Saudi Arabia. So mostly work was on and off here in Dubai, half in Dubai, half in Saudi Arabia. So life was like very busy, and that also I was fed up with that life. So I quit Saudi. I quit my career in Saudi Arabia, and I came to Dubai in 2019 because my family is in Dubai. So 2019 I started, and my first opponent was Suhail Khan, and that was when that was a video which was very famous at that time, like 2019 December. I beat Suhail Khan. That was some unknown guy. So people, only me and a few other people in Kochi area knew me. So that's the time I started. So I started to like it, and then I kept on continuing it.
Okay, so the next question is that you trained for your initial part of your career in India with Rahul Panikkar, then you moved to UAE. So how did you find the difference between training
Yeah.
styles in India
No.
and in Gulf countries or any other foreign
See,
country?
Rahul is somebody. No, so Rahul is somebody who uh, is mad about, crazy about training and arm wrestling, like all the time. The thing is, I was not able to cope up because my life was not the same as him. He was working like the job I have now. I'm working, but daily at least I can hit the gym. And for me in India, so if I'm today in Cochin, tomorrow I'll be in different city, or I'll be in different state. So for me, it was not the same. So for me, like monthly, maybe once or twice or thrice, I could meet Rahul. And that, if I could have spent a lot of time with Rahul, I would have done better, much more better, at those times. But Rahul is somebody who does like training, who keep research on training and do like the best. So whatever he was doing is good, and he's still doing is good. Compared to this thing is like here, people train mostly scientifically, like other than thinking about just training, they're thinking about. I think right now India also is changing and thinking the same way. But those times people were just randomly training. They were not segregating the workout into hook, top roll, or arm wrestling. It's like arm wrestling one day, and they do both hook or top roll, everything maybe make at those times. But a lot of things have changed. People are a bit like more wiser now. They're thinking about scientific, like to improve, or science-based training has started. And there are a lot of people you can see recovery, and they're doing PRPs, these kind of things, and cupping and everything. So those kind of things were not doing earlier. I don't think they were doing earlier. So right now the recovery is also like playing a major part, which is very important in any arm wrestling training, the recovery, which most of the people ignore. But yeah, we are also improving. We are a bit behind, but we are keeping up. We'll be better.
So, right now, just you talked about the scientific approach of training. So, as we see that in many of the videos of top athletes like
Yeah.
teachings, he preaches about West Side barbell style, or some athletes talk about Bulgarian style. So, which kind of training principle
Mm.
do you think is most beneficial for arm wrestling that you would like to recommend for upcoming arm wrestlers?
Sticks on basics I've told earlier also. I do mostly basic lifts, and I don't know what is how far, and I'm still in the process of learning. I'm still a student. I'm not somebody who is very knowledgeable. I'm still learning so many things. Like we are all like we all should our thinking has to be like we are not everything. Like we have a lot of long way to go. So I'm still studying. For me right now, I'm mainly focusing on basic lifts and getting stronger in the basic lifts. The basic lifts in the sense pronation, like pronation workouts, side pressure workouts, back pressure workouts. These are the basic lifts. So we have to get stronger in these areas so that and the rest is our table practice. Like how we move and everything is decided on how we do it on the table. So once you get your basic stronger, we can do the rest in table, which many people ignore it. So the table practice is very important. Also, at the same time, training is also very important. It has to be matched evenly with like both. So table practice is something which we do all the angles. So we have to make sure that we keep a gap of 1 day or something after the training, and then we do table practice. And when we are training, we have to make sure that we do it something like a push pull type. So 1 day, if it is pronation biceps training, which is a pull training, the next day has to be a push training, which is like a side pressure or a wrist curl or something like that. So we have to balance these so that it comes into our workout schedule. Like it should not be like everything in 1 day. We have to make so. The thing is, in order to peak, we have to live stronger, right? If you cannot live stronger in all the angles on the same day. So yeah, so you have to act wise and plan your workouts accordingly. So different people must have different plans. So based on that, you have to think and sort your plan, and then see how it works for you. It's all so nobody is actually a pro in this. We all should do a trial and error method, everything. So let's like we'll work on it and then we'll see whatever gives you a good result. We'll stick on to that, and try to take a good advice, great advice from people who has seen the results so that they can guide you. So that is also very important to have a proper coach to guide you through like so that the same mistake what we have done is not done by the upcoming people. So that's something you can do.
So, from your point of view, from your experience, what's your training schedule? How many times in a week?
So I see. I told right. So I'm somebody who is doing a work job also. So for me, I have to get wake up early and then go to work, come back. It will be night, and then maybe I'll nap for a bit, eat, nap a bit, and then go to training, and then come back at late night, like 1 o'clock. So this is my daily training schedule. So for arm wrestling, I spend 3 days in a week for training and 1 day for practice. So that is at least this is the least which we have to do. We should not do too much. Also, maybe we can do extend to 4 days arm wrestling also. But uh, the more specific arm wrestling training, it's 3 days, and 3 days has to be like in our alternative days so that we are not messed up. So we have to balance that, and in between you can do your other body parts like chest or legs or something like that, so that we are in shape totally, so we are not unhealthy in total. So yeah, 3 days I do pronation in 1 day, back pressure another day, side pressure in another day, and in between the small workouts like wrist on another day. So I always keep a balance so that we have. So if, for example, your basic pronation is like basic lift is a top roll, like a pronation workout. So we have to do a PR on that. So it has to be in one single day. It should not be like we'll do PR on everything on a one single day. So you have to like divide and do it so that the results will be better. I think all this most of the people know because a lot of people are teaching in YouTube nowadays. I think the information is already there. But yeah.
So the next question is that do you keep track of your PRs and what is your max pronation lift or back pressure lift?
So all these things I never keep track. So my thing is I do heavy like 1, 2, or 3 weeks, and then I go down. I do very light. So I do this heavy means I just hit whatever weights that was there in the stack. I'll just lift it, and then if I can do more, I just not do more reps. I didn't keep a count as such. And Deon Lett lift I did, and I did 60 kg. It was my second day of Deon Lett lift, that pronation lift, because he told me to do the lift. He said it will help me in my style. So we had a chat, and he said it will help me in my style. So it will be like much more beneficial if I do this, incorporate this also in my training. So I started doing the lift. It was the second day, and I could do like 60 kg. And then I stopped it because I'm traveling next week. So I thought I stopped it. Now maybe after I come back I'll do it. I'll start doing it and then I'll let you know. Because I cannot actually give a proper number because I haven't kept a track of the number. And for other workouts, it's basically the full stack. Then full stack is how much kg? It's 110, and it's a double pulley, so it's not much weight.
So, how was your experience with Devon Larrett, as you just mentioned him? Yes, we have seen that you were having some practice pulls with him recently also, and you asked him for some advice that would help you in your game. So, if you could share that with us.
Yeah. No, it's this from same the lift I just said. He said I should incorporate this also with this so that I can get better. So me and him, we had so throughout we had a long journey together, and we from 2020 May onwards we were like very good friends, and he was there constantly supporting for everything. And he is also one of the reason I'm still in the game. So we are very close friends, and we always keep in touch. So whenever he comes to Dubai, we hang out. So I get a lot of wisdom from his from when we hang out, a lot of knowledge that he shares in arm wrestling in general as well. But yeah,
So we have one
yeah,
more of your old friend on our podcast, Coach Ray. He talked about you,
yeah,
and he's like
yeah.
talking about you. Like he said, you are so strong in arm wrestling. And one thing that he suggests from our channel that he said, कि Mazahir Saidu is like not exploring the international arm wrestling. He's just in UAE and India. And why this happened to Mazahir Saidu?
Like I said, so now we are in PPL, and I'll have to take 20, 25, 20 days off, and I hardly in a year I'll get 30 days off entirely, and maximum I have is like 1 week extra, and that I'll use 1 week extra to to go to Kerala or somewhere, and where my family. So where do I go? I have to still make time. Maybe I'll start exploring. So I have this plan to go for WAF Worlds next year, maybe in 100 kg. So I'm reducing now my weight as well. So next year I'll be mostly focusing on WAF 100 kg or 110. I think 100 will be frame. I think 100 kg is really good. So either I'll try for 100 or 110. So I'm not sure. So the thing is, I know that I have like I'm wasting my time. So I should not do that anymore. The thing is, I'm training regularly. I'm all the time training. If not working, I'm training. If not training, I'm sleeping. If not sleeping, I'm eating. So I'm only doing these throughout. So yeah, I should not waste it. I'll be next year. I'll be prepared for the war.
So, talking about your international journey, you also had a match at King of the Table with Coach Ray, which we just talked about. So, how was your
Yeah.
experience at King of the Table, and do we have any chance to see you at such events like King of the Table or East versus West in future?
Actually, people are actually calling. So I'm actually trying to take a visa, US visa now. So the Knuckles Up guys have called. I mean, they have asked me to pull one of the guys. I forgot the name. So if I get a visa, I might go for the Knuckles Up. So maybe in the future, yes. The thing is, I have to balance my work and all this leaves and everything. And I could have come for this Asian Cup, which is happening, but my office won't let me take vacation from 20 to 25. Like this period is a salary period where I'm taking care, approving the salary and everything. So I cannot take vacation at that time. So any other time they can manage. At salary time, I should not be taking the leave. So yeah, this kind of things comes. Responsibility also comes when we grow older. What to do?
So one more thing, one more pattern that we can see that you are balancing your professional and like. So I just want to know that is you are doing arm wrestling just for the passion or just for the hobby, or you are really serious about arm wrestling?
The thing is, I was not serious. The thing is, I just wanted to spend my time other than work and studies, you know. So I was about to take my PhD, and then I was like, okay, let me have some more fun. And then I started. Then I thought, okay, I'll focus. Once I got like the I don't know, it feels great to feel this. So I thought, okay, once I felt this thing, I thought I'll get serious on this. That's maybe I haven't even trained for much, maybe few years only in the sport seriously. Maybe from 2000, maybe after coachery, I started training seriously. Because I those time arm wrestling was there, but it was mainly I was only tournament. I didn't train for matches or anything, or I didn't even know what is pronation training or. So it was basically like we do something and then go thinking it would work. So, like logically, like those kind of things I didn't know. So after coach day, I started training, getting the training and everything. But now getting better, but I'm not there yet. I know that there's a lot of areas I have to cover, and I'm still training, and I'm still a student who wants to learn and explore. So I'm traveling just to for the sake of learning. Also, I'm traveling to Kazakhstan maybe next week, and then like be with them for some days and see their training, and so that if something could enlighten my mind, it would be good. So I'm planning. So whenever there is no work or propaganda, I thought I'll learn to visit countries and learn like this their training, their methods, so that I'll also get better. If we have the mentality of a student, we'll always get better. That's what I learned from my life. Once you think that you know everything, then that's the problem. Your knowledge will be limited. Your
Yeah, exactly.
thinking will be limited.
So although you are not serious, but still you are the one of the best Indian arm wrestler right now.
And now I am serious. I'm saying I was not, and then now I am, because I even stopped my studies for that. So now I had a plan to do my PhD. So maybe after this I'll be doing my PhD. Like after this, in the sense, once I finish my WAF worlds, and then I'll start, or maybe I'll start together. So we don't know. So let's see how it goes. But I'll make sure I'll balance everything.
So the next question is that you are the undisputed champion in Indian arm wrestling. So who do you think is the toughest opponent that you have faced in India, and who could be the upcoming star that you think has the potential to give a match
See,
that has some chance?
what I see in the last few years is that our young guys are like crazy people, like crazy people in the sense genetically gifted, like strong, and who are having proper guidance, like when and I was young, it was like we didn't know all this. The things we know now, we didn't know all that, those times. And these guys are lucky, like like the people who are upcoming. They are lucky and they are getting stronger as well. And for now, what I can give is that I can give them a tough challenge so that they will always have a benchmark or something, like a medium so that they can improve. I am myself improving as well. At the same time, I am helping them improve as well. Like so that they will be like crazy about beating me. I'm very sure, and and I'll keep running, and they'll keep chasing me. Let's see. How long does it take to catch me, and then once they catch me, I'll still keep fighting, and then I'll make sure they will be the best, and also I'm also the best. That's the plan. It's
If you
all.
could, if
So India, we have a lot of potential athletes. Like India, we have a very good future in arm wrestling, and it's a start. Everything is a start now, and I'm just glad that I'm being a part of it. But when it is arm wrestling is at one of its peak moment, I'm part of it. I'm very glad. Uh, I'm not from out or anything, right? So I'm just glad I'm still here. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm maybe lucky to have met the right people at the right time. If Rahul or somebody would have ignored me, or if I wouldn't have gone to that gym that day, nothing would have been happened. Like the Mazahir chapter was never there. It will never be there. So we should always be grateful to whoever is in your life and was in your life, and be thankful to them for whatever part they have, either good or bad. Maybe that bad is the reason you are here. Maybe bad is the reason you are still fighting, and good is the reason you are still motivated. So always be thankful. Always be feel blessed. Be humble and
So still, that if any name you can suggest, like he'll be the
no, no.
right.
We have a lot of snakes. All see right now. I feel all the heavyweights have become like lightweight. So earlier we would say heavyweight will be like one guy will be there, and then he will be go to COC. But right now the heavyweight is like the midweight or lightweight players where everybody has a very tough fight. And then we come into the COC when you see the nationals. When you see nationals, so I'll tell you heavyweights, we have Yuvraj is there, Abbas is there, I am there, Amit is there, Patsoni is there, then who else is there? Like a lot of guys, Benjamin is there. So heavyweight has become like lightweight guys, it's not like we fight one or two people and we get like the rest will be weak. We're like, yeah, yeah, good. No, we have to fight everyone, and everybody is strong. So it is good, at least heavyweight people, they'll keep training. They'll be more technical. So yeah, I mean, things will be good. Like arm wrestling will be, for India, it will be like we will be on world stage soon, bro. I mean, right now we are doing very good at Asians. I am seeing the matches. We are doing really good at Asians. So. This is stepping stone for us. Let's all get medals. Let's all get gold medals. Let us get stronger. Let's be like the Kazakhstani guys who come go get the most medals. Let India be the same. We go to the world, get the most medals, and come back. And we have a good set of people right now to support the athletes. We have Propanja guys always keeping on motivating, and Propanja is one of the reason uh, like all the athletes are always training because there's matches all the time, and everybody want to look strong on the TV. You know, so that is one of the very big reason. Probably one of the very big reason people are keeping on. Earlier, the training was only seasonal, like when there is a match, like national, state. Only those like before 2 months, the people will start training. Now people are constantly training, so there will be matches one way or the other. So we should be very thankful for them for the part they are playing, and we have very set of good athletes we have. So I hope they don't quit after certain time. I hope they keep motivated. I hope I can motivate them. Like for their career as well. So. Yeah.
So how was your experience at Pro Panja? And unfortunately, this season is delayed. So do we have any updates, like when we can see the matches?
So what I've heard, what I know is that right now the Pro Kabaddi is going on. So to get a schedule will be after the Pro Kabaddi. So once the Sony TV gives a schedule, we will know. Right now we don't know have no proper know because they haven't get back to them yet. But they have made a lot of work on it, so it will be very soon. So once the Pro Kabaddi things are sorted, it will happen very soon. And the thing is, everybody is thrilled for it, and everybody
Yeah.
is training for it. It's like the life, they've put their life on it.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah. Let's see. This year will be good.
So we want to know that you are a CA, so you already have a like backup. So, but in arm wrestling, like people are worried about how much they get paid, and like is there arm wrestling making money in India right now?
For me, I am not focusing. I think right now a lot of people have made a lot of money. I think from after Prapaja has come into picture, and once they got fame, they started making from YouTube, from ads. These kind of things people are making. I'm not using it because I don't have the time for it, and also I have another hobby, like passion also. Like I'm working also, right? So I like my work as well. So that's the reason I have not explored the possibility of making the money from there. But people are making money and they are making a living out of it. So it's at this stage, if they can make a living out of it, I mean, once the auctioning starts and everything, this will be huge. So this is like a very uh, it is we have to invest on our training and everything so that we can get a good result and make a living out of it. But this will take few years, but it is a fact. Once it is big, we can. It is going to be big. We won't need anything else. But let's see. This comes very soon. Because it's a sport and we want the sport to grow. It's not the individual person or anything. We want the sport to grow. We want the sport to get recognized.
So as we can see that in Indian arm wrestling, it's growing rapidly and it's growing huge, and the fan base is also very huge. So one thing comes in mind: those who are not doing it, those who are not in the sport, they want to know
Mm.
the usage of steroids in arm wrestling. They are very curious about
Hmm.
steroids. Like as you know that young guys are coming in this
Yeah.
on this platform, and they are like very curious to go big and go heavy. So what's your point of view on this steroid use in arm wrestling, Indian arm wrestling and international arm wrestling as well?
See, I don't think many of the international athletes who are playing in the WAF uses all this. But I don't promote doing this because the thing is for me, I have zero knowledge in this, like the After Effects and everything. I have like literally zero knowledge in this. For me, and I believe for me, like people take steroids for recovery, for to recover faster. And for me, when I have an injury, I use stem cells, which is, but it is practically not possible because it's for others because it's very expensive. Here, it's easier for me. So maybe for the recovery, people are taking, but I think it's affecting them badly. I think you have a steady, strength at the initial stage, but there is a diminishing point where your body doesn't react to it. So let's not take the shortcut. Let's get stronger, like naturally. I mean, that's the only thing I can say. Because I'm not, good at this. I'm not. I have zero knowledge on this, so I'm not sure what to tell. The thing is, people like big stars who are professional, who is playing in WAF and everything, they are strong because of all this. But they always have a downside. Like they take a break so that their body comes back to normal. But people who are like the rest, like either if they're not injured, they're always like the same. There is no up and down at their performance. But yeah, I think people who goes to that. But if you stay in a weight category and you're strong, you don't need to bulk up and go. You can stay in your weight, be like whatever weight you are, and then be strong. I don't think like people who are going to WAF are taking much. I'm not fully sure, but I don't think they're using unless it is a professional matches like table or you're supposed to have. But the thing is, I'm not capable of giving an opinion here. But that is my point of view. Might be correct, might be wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is that if training naturally, how much time do you think an average person would need to bring up his game to some good level in arm wrestling? And
For
how much
me,
time?
I'm just blessed, maybe because of the way I am or something. I did my arm wrestling. It's the way I was. But see, what are the basic training? You'll have to do all the basic training. How different people have different type of body, right? How they will react to it. It depends. We cannot simply say, okay, you will be good at this. For me, I have a leverage advantage all the time. So my arms are longer, like it's from elbow to here, it's longer. My palm was like thin. So I can cover the opponent's finger like almost all the area. So these are things I got gifted, but for people who are like not like gifted like this are also very good at arm wrestling. There are a lot of world players who, even if you see Sasho, his arms are so small, still he is one of the craziest guy in the world. So it's not about everything, it's about your training. Just if you work, once you put your mind to it, you can definitely get it. There is no impossible thing or anything. Once you put your mind and blood and soul, into it, it will happen. It's not rocket science. If you really want it, you will have it. That's it. You know. The thing is, once I started training, I know the results. So if I didn't train, so there is a huge gap between my left and right. My left is hardly trained, so my right is like trained. So my left is like I have the half strength of my right. So earlier when it started, it was the same strength. It's all your training. It takes time. Maybe it takes time. Maybe it will not take much time. Once you're consistent, consistency and hard work always beats talent. Always. So put your effort into it. Once it will show up.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, you have to find your strength or like your game. So once you find it, yes, it will happen. There is always a breaking point, right? Where okay, you are going to be good at this. So there will be always a thought, okay, I'm good at this. So at that point, everything will be okay.
So we would like to talk about one of your most famous matches that you had with Ryan Bowen when he came to
Hmm.
India. And we saw that in the first few rounds, you were very dominant against him. But most of the times, we saw that you were able to bring him very close to the pin pad, but not finish the rounds. So, how was
Yeah.
your experience with that match, and what do you think you were lacking that day?
So I had done a lot of stupid workouts earlier, which is the reason I had arthritis. And for me, uh, people think that I have a very good back pressure and side pressure. I mean, not side pressure, back pressure, and that is the weakest of of my game. So for me, I cannot do a lot. I could not do a lot of movement at that point of time because my elbow was not right. And when I went to the doctor, it was said it was scratching, it was touching each other, and friction was there, and my bone started, cracking. That's when I started taking my treatment correctly. But yeah, if I could have a bit of side, elbow, my was in right place, it would have been ended very differently. But a lot of people were saying about me being up. For me, I'm somebody who is very difficult to top roll. So Ryan's top roll will not work. So he realized it on the first game itself. So he started making me uncomfortable and calling for referee and everything, like gripping low. You can choose to grip low, right? So he will not choose to grip up because top roll doesn't work on me. So that was a very strategic movement he has done, and that's where table IQ comes. When you think that something doesn't work, and for me, I cannot finish because of this problem. Right now, I had taken the treatment. My elbow is good. I can press. I can move. Maybe I may take one more shot of stem cells, but a lot of games have opened up after that. My hook works fine now. My press works fine. Though it's not at the best, but I can get better if I might take one more shot of it. But yeah, but everything is activated now. So I'm a bit more open now on my game. I can move any area the way I want to. So yeah, so these are things. So I'm somebody who has faced a lot of failures, and failures is something that teaches us, to stay humble, to explore more. If I would have think of getting better, when you started thinking the alternative, you started thinking where we lack. So these kind of thinking comes on failures, So failures you require, and I love life. So take it positively and move on, and get stronger. Put your work and get stronger.
So in that Ryan Bowen match, one thing which also got very highlighted was the issue with the refereeing. In the comments also we saw that there was a lot of criticism for Indian.
Yeah, that was funny. So uh, we agreed, me, Ryan, and everyone had agreed that we don't want a referee, just want a referee just to say go.
Okay.
So we don't want referee to just do a straighten up our wrist or anything. So we had made this clear to the referees before entering the stage. So that just say go, don't focus on anything. This is a exhibition match, and people just want to go crazy. That's it. So just say go. Don't talk much about setup and everything. So he just did all that just to annoy me and lose my focus in the game. So yeah, so we cannot say our referees are bad. It's just the communication we had at that point of time, saying them don't involve much in the match. You are here just to say go. So that's what happened. So I feel bad for the referee because a lot of hate comments for me also. That's a strategy people use because they are technically also better. Once things don't go the way it is wanted, this kind of games are like Devon does always get into your head and like bother you. It was just a game, so you should leave it like that. And it is not, like doing it purposely. It was all a game, strategy it was used.
So basically you
And
are saying
if
that,
anyone can
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, anyone can. Yeah, it worked also. Like it was giving pressure on everyone. Everyone that was rising. So he thought it would be an easy match. So he didn't know me. So he thought it would have been an easy match. That's the reason he must have said, "Could just say go, don't involve much." That's the reason he must have said that. So once he stepped at the stage, it turned differently. So yeah.
So you are saying that you both had already agreed that the grip is fine with you and still he was complaining.
Yeah, because it changed, things have changed. He thought he could top roll and things have changed. So once it doesn't work, you need a proper setup. And thing was, he cannot grip up because there is no point in gripping up. He should, make me uncomfortable. You have to do it down because for me, this movement was zero. Like I cannot do this back pressure. For me, I could do only posting top roll. For me, because I didn't know that was the reason. My arthritis was the reason for this. I cannot do straight back pressure. I could do only posting style. So once somebody catches me here at that time, I cannot I'll be very uncomfortable at those times. Like it's very uncomfortable. So he understood that and he started doing it and he started doing it and so how we grip? We grip normally like this, like so both hands will be like this. Yeah, so there is no problem. So once this guy grip like this, what happens? My hand automatically comes up, right? It is not like I'm choosing to. So normally people grip like this, right? So if we chooses to grip here, my hand automatically comes up. It's not like I'm posting up. So yeah, so it is a strategy. So just leave it like that. It was a game that was finished.
So how much do you think that
Now the game is also different.
setup matters in arm wrestling? Because just you're talking about he was so advanced in the setup, and we have also seen Devon talking about lots of things that you win the match in the setup. So what is your opinion that what is the best way to have a fair match?
See, to have a fair match, I think people will always find a way. This is arm wrestling, right? This is not a machine center. So there will be at least slight changes, and slight changes can make a difference. Even a small movement can make a difference if the power are at par. If each other's strength is at par, it makes a lot of difference. Even a slight movement, a micro milli movement is a big difference. So we cannot completely rely on that also, but just stay strong, get your arms, like good strength of the grip and everything. Setup has to be stronger, so that you don't get fooled by the setup. You can fool the others. It's always playing outsmarting the other guy.
So this
So
is also the part of
it,
arm wrestling that you have to win the
yeah,
setup.
it is a part of arm wrestling when we have to understand the game. This is a competition, right? There is no fair or anything. Whatever works has to work. It's a game, and like Devan says, even before saying go, the game starts. Even before the match, game starts. So it's all part of that makes it interesting. Also, it's all a part of game, and we should not complain by this is bad, this is bad. No, just get better and get strong.
So there is one universal question in arm wrestling that hook or top roll. You have, so what you prefer to do?
So, like Hermes says, top roll is for smart people. But see, the thing is, whatever you're strong at, you have to get it stronger. So whatever is strong wins. If your top roll is strong, it wins. If your hook is strong, it wins. So it's your ability to do the movement at that point of time. It might work for good in some situation. It might work good in other situation. For example, for people like schoolboys, Opera and Khalid, top roll will not work. So you'll have to use a hook or a side pressure related. So if you wanted to top roll that guy, it's going to be impossible. He has a record of like the greatest grip, biggest grip, and he has like one of the strongest grip he has like in the world. So if you want to top roll that guy, it's a nightmare. So it's a situation that pertains. You should be able to use both, and that's what I've learned from my career. So I should be able to use the move I want to when the other is not working, other move is not working. It's like the match we had when I was and tried to get inside my head. So everything works if it has the right part, right moment.
Exactly. So what do you
It's
think
easy to
about?
top roll. You'll not have much injury. Everything. It's easy to top roll. It's smart movement. There is no war. If you are hook to hook, there's a lot of body movement, changing position. Committing shoulder, top roll. It's finished. Top roll is easier. For tournament, the top roll is always preferred.
It is less taxing on the
But yeah,
body.
there is that. Yeah, yeah. So there'll be time where you cannot use top roll. That time when you should be able to use your other areas, and that's what I'm developing, and that's what I was lacking. I'm taking treatment also. Recovery is very important, like I said. So I'm taking the treatment. I'm recovering, so I'm able to move a lot of areas right now, which I was not being able to, use at the early point of time.
So for
But
advanced
yeah,
level like arm wrestlers like you have to be advanced in both styles or every style that is possible. But for
yeah.
intermediate or
I'm not
beginner,
advanced yet. I'm still
you are
learning.
the best Indian arm wrestler. So
Prefer
for
to
a
be
beginner
still
or
still
intermediate
learning.
arm wrestlers, do you think that most of it comes genetically that you will play hook or top roll, or it depends on the length of your arm, or any other thing, or it can be determined by your training?
See, if you have, for example, I'll give you a small example. For people like Yuvraj, his top roll works really good because of the leverage. His leverage is also very important. It can be, smartly used for top roll. It can be used for hook also. It can be used for top roll. And top roll, will do very good. See, genetical gift is good. Like I said, if hard work is there, it can outplay all this genetics. You know, I think there is a famous world champion. I forgot his name. He has a very small hand, like Chasho. He has small hands and he drags everyone to his hook, right? And it is not like nobody can outplay him on like the top roll. He always drags them into hook. So genetics plays, if there is no hard work or anything, genetics has zero value. So if you train, then only whatever talent or genetics you have will work. So it's not like you come next day you'll beat everyone. Yeah. The thing is, I'll always make sure I'm the guy who trains the best, who works the best. Even people who are not working, I'll still outwork them. I'll make sure I'll find time and I'll outwork. It doesn't affect my personal life. Uh, as such, I'll have my personal life on the side, but I'll also make sure the arm wrestling is still, my priority. So I always find a balance, and I think I'm good at that. Like I said, once you put your, heart into it, it's possible. So for me, winning WAF is something which I'm looking forward in the recent future. So I am preparing for it. Let's see where it takes me. But maybe it might be not be a success, but I'll make sure I'll do it good. I'll have to maybe come down to 100 or something, which is doable because my weight was 100, 607 few months back. So yeah, let's see. Also, I like to study as well. I like to learn new things. So I'll be doing my PhD also along with this. But I'll be more focused on arm wrestling. Let's see where it takes.
So apart from WAF, if you were to compete in King of the Table or East versus West, so if you were given a chance to choose an opponent, who would you choose for your next match?
Uh, that's a tricky question, bro. So right now, whoever I have faced, I think I'm heavier now, and I think right now, uh, I think there's this guy from New Zealand with the tattoo on his face. I badly want to pull him. The Beast. She's known as the Beast. Do you know him?
What is his name?
His Instagram name is the Beast or something start M. For that guy's name is uh, strange. For me, I have very I'm bad at names. Tattooed face guy. He was a king of table a lot.
We are also trying to find.
Matranki, Matranki.
Okay.
Matranki. He's a champion of New Zealand and also he competed well. But he's 160 kg. But I love to pull him. Like his style and my style. I want to see who does the top roll better.
As we can see, you have hand with Lavan Shigan actually as well. So how's your experience with Lavan?
It was long back when 2020, 21, long back. It was. So he was staying in Dubai for a few months. So when Larry was here, we were lucky enough to meet all the best arm wrestlers in the world. Like on a regular basis. Like they come regularly and train with us, help us train. So this was happening like daily. So Lavan is somebody's like it's like I would say it's like a sofa leather you feel, when you hold his hand and it's like a sofa. You feel some sofa is on your hand. Like you will have no clue what is happening. Those are huge, huge arms. He's like thick. He's very thick. And even Morozov has also has similar arms, but not as wide as Lavan maybe, but like thick, big, huge. But yeah, the thing is the thing is everybody is thankful for Larry being coming to Dubai and training with us because that has led all this king of table and everything. So, and I was lucky to be a part of it, training with him alongside. And we had a lot of training sessions, and that is also one of the reasons we always Dubai people always used to keep training. So we just we are still doing the same. So we are still having like very good players here coming up every time. Now my training partner is a Georgian champion also. He's very strong. He recently beat the guy, world champion, Vachislav. He's a world champion, former world champion. He beat him. So we were training together. So I was training for PPL and he was training for this match. Uh, and that guy is really strong. So I'm just lucky to, be able to face and train with a lot of strong guys. So, that, you have to work a long way, train a lot. So learn a lot.
So, as
So
we
yeah.
know that Ryan Bowen is coming, he's already in India for PPL, and you would also be coming soon. So,
Yeah.
would we get to see a rematch even at that practice pool?
I think there were some discussion. He was saying we can do a show. So I'm open, bro. I can do I can do I can arm wrestle all day. I don't mind. So earlier I had a problem of endurance and everything, but I don't think that is an issue. Now even with Ryan's match, people think it was because of my endurance that I lost because it was for my inability to do the back pressure at certain angles only made me lose. If you see the last match, Ryan was on the ground, I was on the seat. So we both were exhausted at the same time. So Ryan was somebody who has a lot of endurance, and he was also tired, and we were tired together. So my endurance is not much of an issue, but I'm still working on my endurance. So, but yeah, my so each time you face somebody, you will know where you lack, and that is also good because that is where you improve. You improve your weakness, and some weakness are exposed, so you will train for that to get better. So it is good to face all this kind of matches so that you'll have an idea where you stand and how to get better.
So, we fans really hope to see a rematch between you both, and this time you will surely be the favorite.
Yeah, yeah. So, he is not simply sitting, right? But I'm sure I'm at least 50% better than last time I faced him. So once this angle is cleared, it's like heaven, like so earlier people who used to block my this side back pressure, I'm like okay, I'm like I'll be panicked. So now right now I'm very comfortable there. So if I'll tell you something, if I was who I was in the last year, maybe I would have been like beaten by this time. So it's your constant improvement. It keeps you on the keeps you up. So yeah, so staying in the same place will always keep you, go lower. You'll have to keep walking so that you will stay on the same level. To survive, you have to walk. That's the same. It's as simple as that. You have to get better. Yeah.
We're gonna see Mazahir Saidu version 2 in this PPL 2.
I hope so. I'm not saying version two and all, but I can give a lot of different angles. You'll see different. Even in nationals, if you see, my game was not just top roll. It was a side pressure. So my shoulder was always committed. Earlier, if I should commit shoulder, I have pain on the elbow. So my shoulder was never committed. So if you see my matches this time, my shoulder was committed. I was locking everyone with my elbow and then doing top roll. It was not just top roll. So and that's why people who have faced me earlier was confused also. The game was a bit changed. Maybe next time it will be much more different also, like in PPL. Let's see what happens. Yeah. The thing is, I'm open right now. I'll always, subconsciously, I always prefer my first move as top roll, but if there is a lock, I will always do, I won't hesitate for a press or a hook.
That recently there is a lot of hype going on for a match between Auden Larrett and Abhas Rana. So, if you would
Yeah.
comment on that, who is the favorite to win?
See, Auden Larrett is very technical. He has like long leverage arms than Abbas, longer arms than Abbas, I think. But Aga's hook game is very strong. So if Abbas can put him into hook, force him into hook, and it's a super match. And Abbas should not get tired. I've noticed he gets tired after first or second round. So if Abbas can work on it, he'll be favorite. But if Orden can manage to pump him, it will be difficult. But I like both the guys. Both are close guys. So yeah. But Abbas will be favorite if he can hook him. If he can force him into a hook. Abbas will be the favorite because I think inside his hook is really strong. I've not faced Abbas fresh, so I'm not fully sure. But from the match I've seen, once the hook is gone, it's end for it. So yeah, it depends how smart Abbas plays as well. Orden will keep bugging on the setup. So that our hands get tired. He'll keep pulling on the fingers. He'll keep pressuring on the fingers. So if we try to contain him, for example, he keeps pulling. So it's like a workout. And if we are somebody who doesn't have an endurance, we try to contain him, our forearms get pumped, our fingers won't work. Okay, after a certain point of time, maybe it will work on the first round, second round. Third round, your finger strength will be zero, and that's a place where you can easily top roll a person. You understand? So yeah, so Abbas has to be like really smart to not take the bait when Orden does all that.
But Orden's father was smarter, so it's quite difficult.
Yeah. Let's see, bro. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah,
Orden is really smart on the table because that guy is actually very strong. The Korean Hulk. Once
yeah.
it goes to his angle, once it goes to hook, he is really strong. And Orden didn't let him even 1% to go into hook. It was constant pressure on the fingers, constant pressure on the arm, wrist. So that strength is once it is not let in, there is no use of that strength, right? If you cannot engage your strong point, there is no point of that strength. So he is very smart that way. So let's see what happens. But unlike Korean Hulks, Abbas has a longer arm compared to Korean Hulk. Abbas has like thick, long arms. So it will be difficult for Orden to manipulate like that. But let's see. It's a very entertaining match.
Yeah, and a lot
Let's
of
see.
hype is created in India also, and that is really good for Indian
Yeah,
wrestling as well.
yeah, true. So Abbas is somebody who I think he is the guy who got fame in a very short period of time because of this, the World Championship. So everybody knows Abbas, and we also try to popularize him here, like talking about him when there's a big guy coming. So we talk about our Indian athletes so that people know that we are not that bad, or we are not that behind in the world stage. So
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone is talking about
yeah,
Abhas Rana right now. Exactly, everyone is talking about Abhas Rana and his potential and his
that's
the
true.
way he's
Yeah,
doing it. It's
true.
really good.
Yeah, he's a kid Hulk. Bro. He's a what do we say? He's going to a school with tie. What do I say? Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, it was really interesting to see Abhas Rana is like representing
yeah,
India on an international stage. So we are
yeah,
also really
true,
curious to see.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, these are the questions that we need to ask, and our subscribers want to know about you. And it was
mm.
really nice to talking to you. Really, like you have
Thank you
already
so
have
much,
like
sir.
a lot of work to do, but still you got time for us to do this
No problem, no
session. So that
problem.
it was really nice. So any final words for your fans out there?
See, there's no fans, it's all people who likes the game. There's
Still,
no
they
fans.
are admiring you like anything that they are inspiring from.
Yeah,
You are the
the
one
thing
who
is,
inspired them for the arm wrestling, and it was really nice to like inspire someone to get into sport. It was really difficult, like as you know, in India, sport is not that much of popular, but still, if someone is doing something, it was appreciable.
Especially young
so thing
people.
is, if you have an idea, if you have a dream, put your everything to it. You know, believe in yourself. There will be challenges. There will be a lot of obstacles in your life, in your personal life, in your professional life, everywhere. Once you know what you want, just work for it. You know, it is possible. There is nothing impossible. It's all your priority. It's all your priority that matters. You know, there is nothing, there is no time. If your priority is there, there'll always be time. You know, just put your heart and soul into it. Things will be possible. Yeah, get stronger.
Yeah, exactly. You're the perfect parameter for like doing so many work and still have time for arm wrestling. So we can call you now the
Yeah.
professor of arm wrestling. So you are studying too hard. So yeah, it was very nice talking to you, Mazahir.
Thank you so
So
much.
hope to
Thank you
see you
so much.
soon in India and good luck for your upcoming matches.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank
I
you.
will anyway. If there's something, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Thank you so much for calling. It was a pleasure.
And you have our best wishes, especially for WAF,
Thank
because
you so
you are
much.
our country's one of
Yeah,
biggest pro to represent on international level.
yeah. I have to. There is something missing with my life, so this is the work medal. I have to get it. Yeah. Let's see, bro. I'll try my best. So it is nothing. It is not possible. So I have made up my mind. So let's see how fast I can go. I'll keep, even if it means crawling, I'll still crawl to see, to reach there. You know, even if I can't run, I'll walk. If I can't walk, I'll crawl. You know, I'll still move and reach there one day. Yeah.
Sure. Yes, yes. Sounds good. So yeah, see you soon, Mazahir, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you so much.